Hey, welcome to Going Off Leash.
I'm Leslie,
I'm Heather.
and together we own a dog park and bar.
This is the Watering Bowl. We're in South Austin, Texas.
And somehow we're the responsible adults in charge of all this chaos.
Leslie, I have a very serious question to ask you.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to know what we're doing?
Are we?
Are we supposed to know what we're doing? Anyway, we're so excited to have you guys listening to us. This is our first podcast. We don't exactly know what we're doing, but we're going to get through it with you.
And if you're wondering what the heck is a dog park and bar, think your dog's best day ever. Think public dog park, but with bathrooms, with staff to help you watch the dogs and keep them safe, with drinks, but also think community. Everyone's here because they love dogs. So not only does your dog have a fun and safe place to play, you have a place to create community.
I think it's really fun here to watch the dogs have the most fun ever as well. They truly come here. They have no agenda other than fun. Some of the dogs are here for the people. Some of the dogs are here for the dogs. Some of the dogs are here for the squirrels.
Well, and the best part is too, Heather, you kind of touched on it, but the reason that we started all of this and the mission of the company is to think and love like a dog, which is in the moment and unconditional. And you touched on it when you said dogs have no agenda.
They don't.
They're here. They're ready to have fun. They're living their best day ever, every single day. They live in the moment, which personally, I think all of us need a little bit of a reminder sometimes to be in the moment. Life can get too crazy, too chaotic, too stressful.
But here, it's just 20,000 square foot of fenced-in zoomy fun. And for the people, you get to play with dogs. So that's a little bit about what this place is. All right, it's time for Hair of the Dog.
Hair of the dog. I need a hair of the dog. I need a hair of the
I'm doing the Meanwhile Darlin' Lager. Super cute can. It's gold. I like gold. And anyway, with Meanwhile, basically, there's not a beer that they make that doesn't hit the mark.
And they're very community focused, which I like.
Absolutely. Oh, that's delicious. I like it.
All right. And then I have the Vista called Habitat. It's a newer one from Vista called the West Coast IPA with, well, it's called Habitat, but it is a West Coast IPA with juniper berries. Vista Brewery is out in Driftwood, Texas. It's such a beautiful property. They did such a great job with the whole thing, the whole setup. The food is amazing. Their beer is really great as well. One of my favorite things personally about the Vista Brewery is it just feels so relaxing because it's in Driftwood. So it's very much hill country vibes. Like it's not that far away, but you just feel transported to something that's just so like peaceful. And I love it.
Yeah.
And then the juniper berries. I don't have to take a sip to know because I've already had this before. But as someone who has tried so many different beers to figure out what's going to be on the menu, you know, I've done so many samples of variety of different styles of beer. IPAs, there's so many good IPAs out there. When you try that many, they start to kind of blend together. This one is perfectly balanced with juniper berries, and it just, for me, stands out.
It's memorable.
It's very memorable. There's a lot of dogs that are fresh off the leash here, but one that kind of stood out to me was Wonder is her name. She's a German Shepherd. She is so stinking sweet. The special thing that I really like about Wonder that I just think is so cool, she's actually seeing eye dog.
That's awesome.
She helps her mom, you know, day in, day out, and is such a good girl. And so whenever her mom and dad bring her here, this is her time off the clock.
That's awesome.
And
So she literally is off the leash.
She is literally off the leash.
She's literally off the leash. She is off the clock, off the leash.
She's off. She loves to chase balls. She loves to play with dogs. I mean, she is just the sweetest dang girl. She's just here to play, and she's just here for the fun.
That's so
and
cute.
She makes the most of it every time that I've seen her.
That's so cute. I love that. I love that for Wonder.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us know more about her.
It's the booty of the day.
Look at this booty.
Hey, what are you doing to my booty?
Look at this booty.
Oh,
this is
boo.
Bagel.
You're okay, honey.
Bagel. Hi, Bagel.
Why are you looking at my booty?
Bagel's concerned about why you're looking at her booty. I think she thinks she's at the vet, but you're not at the vet. You're at the park. You're good to go. Tell me why you like Bagel.
Oh gosh, she's so cute and sweet. Yeah, she got a little fire in her. She got a little sassy, like if she needs to set her boundaries, she got to set her boundaries.
Yeah.
Which personally I think is very healthy.
Oh, bye, booty.
Bye, booty.
For the first booty of the day, if we don't pick a corgi or at least a corgi mix, we've done something wrong.
Corgi butts are everything.
Corgi butts are
That's
everything.
Why, I mean, there's so many reasons you love a corgi, but what's the first reason why you love a corgi?
Oh, their butt. Maybe
Especially when it's
second,
wiggling.
ears come in quickly,
Ears are cute. Yep.
but the butt, corgi butt.
100%.
Booty of the day. Booty of the day. We talked about the booty of the day. Leslie, it's time to spill the tea.
Spill the tea. Spill the tea.
No.
Is there anything going on lately at the park, whether it's dogs, whether it's humans? Who's beefing? Who's not getting along? Tell me a little bit about the tea.
Well, it's a dog park and bar, which you wouldn't think there's so much tea, but there's always tea.
There's tea.
Lately there have been a couple of dogs that are young and they're learning. When it comes to socializing with other dogs, some dogs have it down right from the get-go. Some dogs are still young and still learning how to understand social cues, understand communication between dogs, what's healthy play, what's not healthy play. And there's a couple lately that we've experienced where they very much want to play. If we put it in human terms, think about it like kind of socially awkward.
Okay.
Like where this person is nice and they want to interact. It's just that like weird kind of like I'm trying to interact with you and it's just the vibe's kind of off.
Okay. Like a bad first date.
Yeah, kind of like a bad first date where it's like I see potential, but something's just not quite.
We just keep barking over each other.
Yeah, we're barking over each other. We're barking up the wrong tree, maybe in some cases.
Yeah.
So we've had a couple of dogs lately that are young and still learning, and we can see they want to play. What
Yeah.
they're doing is they're running up to other dogs, barking at them kind of loudly, or in some cases, maybe nipping, some back ends a little bit, like, little ankle biters, because they're trying to engage in play and trying
Sure.
to get the other dogs to play with them. If someone were to run up to me and nip my ankles, I don't know that I would necessarily be like, yeah, let's play. It can be depending on what dog they're doing it to, how that dog is feeling that day. Like, there's so many variables in it. The interesting thing is what we've seen is they go up, they try to instigate play, and say, hey, like, I want you to chase me or whatever it is. And then they'll run away and they're being chased, yet their tail is tucked and they're like, oh, okay, I want it, but I don't want it. Like, I changed my mind. Like, mistakes were made.
Tell me what your recommendation is to the parents of these dogs. What are the things that you and the rest of the team kind of talks to them through these processes?
Yeah. So my first suggestion would be, as a parent, understanding no dog is a bad dog, but
Yeah.
sometimes we do have to recognize when maybe they're putting themselves in a little bit of danger or risk because of certain behaviors. Not that they're doing anything wrong or know that they're doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
But being able to recognize, hey, my dog is doing something that could put them in a potentially dangerous situation, and being willing to confront that. Like my dog,
Burgers.
he does not like to share his treats or especially his cheeseburgers.
Yes.
And so the first step is to recognize, hey, this is a potential issue. Now, how do we address it? It depends on the situation and the environment that you're in. And something like a dog park or any large space, if you're not right there next to your dog,
Yeah.
recall and having recall on point is huge.
Very
Because
much.
if you see something that you already know could put your dog in danger, if you can recall them back and just keep them from starting a situation like that, that's fantastic. Like when you have a dog, you know your dog best.
Absolutely.
Now, my staff and I,
We know the dog's second best.
we know them second best. But we do have a different set of lens that we look at dogs' behavior through. And while we know, one dog is not doing anything wrong or intending to do anything wrong with this kind of behavior specifically, it does put them at risk. If that other dog said, I don't like you doing that to me, that could lead to something that hurts one or both dogs.
Absolutely.
And
that's
so
the worst case scenario.
Yeah, exactly. And the recall is really huge with that. So there are certain things that a trainer would definitely be able to help with, but recall is easy peasy.
Makes
So
sense.
that's what I would say.
That's the tea. Leslie, you actually do leave the park sometimes, right?
Sometimes.
What are you chewing on? What you doing? What's new?
Well, recently I broke down and I watched season 10 of Love is Blind.
Love is Blind, LAB.
LIB. Also, what's up with Frodo Baggins? I mean, Chris.
He was ridiculous.
I can't. There's so many words and yet there's no words.
So Jess is this beautiful doctor, and that wasn't enough for him
Like,
and his
could you
60
even-
grand in debt.
No. But also, did you see her new man? Did you see what he said about her?
Reunion. What do we want to say? Spoiler alert.
Oh, spoil
Ugh.
for anybody who hasn't seen
Watch
it.
the reunion. You'll see her new
We
man.
won't say.
He's
who
looking
or
good.
what.
He's successful.
Oh, he's so cute. But you know what I love most?
What?
He said about her.
Oh, he
my
was
God.
genuine.
I will say him and Vic. I mean, they just set they didn't even set a bar. They
No.
met what should be the bar.
I also
You know
want to
what?
talk about how Alex has the inability to discuss anything in his life without relating it to soccer. I looked it up. He hasn't played soccer since 2017, like in terms of any kind of profession. I've raised a whole human since then. Like, come on, dude. Whatever. But don't come after
Okay.
Tim Howard. That is America's goalie. You leave Tim Howard alone. And you are ridiculous, Alex. Anyway.
Well,
Anyway.
and you know me, one of my personal values is all about like growth, right?
Yeah.
That is a huge value.
He
for
has
me
no
because
growth.
We are all humans. We make mistakes. That's okay. We can be vulnerable enough to say, "Hey, I made a mistake. What can we learn from it?" There was no learning.
No learning. No learning. Yeah. So anyway, that's what you're chewing on.
That's what I'm chewing on right now. Frodo Baggins, man.
Well, I'm chewing on getting to go and see Nine Inch Nails. It was amazing.
That's right. You
It was
outside of here too.
Sometimes.
And you do have kid.
I have kid, tiny human, Trent Reznor, perfection. I realized he's 60 years old. And so for anybody who knows who Nine Inch Nails is, do you even know who Nine Inch Nails is?
I do.
You do?
From way back in my childhood.
Okay, look at you.
Point.
I wasn't sure if you even knew who this was.
I can't believe he's 60 already.
I feel like I just made everyone listening to this podcast feel really old.
I feel really old now.
But I mean, if you think back on it, they hit the scene in 89.
but yeah.
But they did a fantastic job of curating a show with 37 years of songs. I mean, how hard is that to curate a show like that? They didn't play every song I wanted, but they played I'm Afraid of Americans, which rest in peace, David Bowie. But I love that song so much. They didn't play Only. That's the only thing I was upset about is they didn't play Only. But they played they played so many good songs. And it really filled up my cup. Made me happy.
You need to take time and fill up your own cup sometimes.
Absolutely.
Because you can't help others if your cup is empty. And I'm glad that you guys got to do that.
It was so nice. Leslie, let me ask you about Pup Crawl ATX.
Yeah.
It's back.
It is back.
Third year. We got 4 Austin dog park bars, all women owned.
Yeah.
And when you get your Pup Pass on pupcrawlatx.com, you get to go to all 4 parks during the month of April. And tell me a little bit about who it benefits.
Central Texas SPCA. So for a couple of years now, they have been doing some fundraising and going through all the motions to build a basically a better shelter, just a more elevated shelter from what they have currently.
And we went out there. It's needed.
It is very needed. And you can tell that they love the animals and do everything to the best of their power and extent with the current space.
They really did.
But they really need a better space, just a better facility and also a bigger facility because, there's a major problem right now.
And that's the biggest thing is that when people find dogs anymore, they come to us because we're a resource and we try to help them as best we can, but we're not a shelter. So when we're connected. We've got contacts. We help you as much as we can, but we are not that person. And so to be able to help those shelters and rescues do more things has been
save more lives.
Absolutely. It's been one of my favorite things about this job, to be honest.
Yeah.
Is the fact that I do feel like we make, even if it's a teeny tiny difference, we're doing something.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Contributing to a big problem.
Makes my heart
right
happy
now. Yeah.
to help.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Pup Crawl ATX, get your pup pass the whole month of April. You can go to all 4 dog park bars, and all the money goes straight to the Central Texas SPCA.
very good cause.
Absolutely. And then the next thing I want to talk about is dog prom.
Yeah.
Save the date. May 16th is dog prom.
It's a prom for dogs.
It is honestly it's probably my favorite night in the park of all the years, all the days, all the nights.
I love the other events that we host, and our anniversary, we always go big or go home. But dog prom is something very different.
It's special.
It is, yeah, I was gonna say
There's
differently
something
special.
special to it.
Yeah.
So coming up with dog prom, we'll have our vendor mart like we usually do. We'll have yearbook superlatives that you can vote for, and then you have to vote for the nominees, and then you got to come vote the day of to see who wins. So
We got a ballot.
if
come right down
if
your
your
votes.
dog wants to win booty of the day, they can win best buns for the yearbook superlatives.
Yep.
There's also best smile, best kisser, so many good things.
Most athletic.
Absolutely. And then there's also the crowning of the king and queen.
Yes.
Which-
that one is very special.
It's just something very special.
Yeah.
For the parents especially, I think.
Yeah.
The dogs have no idea what we're doing.
Dogs don't know. They're like, why are you putting this
Yeah.
crown and sash on me? Like, why am I here doing this thing? But it's been very special from the very first time that we had dog prom. We were behind the scenes talking about like, okay, do we decide who gets
Yeah.
what superlative and king and queen, or do we leave it up to everybody to vote? And the king and queen, we quickly decided on, no, that's an us decision. We want to make sure that if there's a dog that is maybe a little bit up there in years, or if they have a medical thing going on that maybe we know of that not a ton of members know, it's such a special thing to be able to do with your dog with the time that they have left. Like every single year that we've done it, the ones that we've chosen, you could just see how much it meant to the mom and dad of these dogs, and like it's so cool that we have the privilege to be able to do something so meaningful.
And the outfits are amazing.
Oh yeah,
Everyone goes all out for the outfits.
tuxes, the bow ties, the top hats. We've seen some
The gown that
gown.
quickly come off because it's prom.
Oh,
Giggity.
I see what you did there. I was thinking because they got dirty, but
That too.
also prom.
It's prom. So anyway, make sure you save the date. Come see us on May 16th and play with us at prom. Dog prom is the best.
Dog prom. Well, that's it. We did it. Our first episode of Going Off Leash.
Make sure you like, subscribe, tell your friends, and please bring us your dog.
Bring us your dogs. Stay off leash.
See you soon. Cheers.
Cheers.
Going Off Leash is hosted by Leslie Paschow and me, Heather Spearman. Music provided by James Hearn, aka Dolly's dad. Be sure to follow along with us on all the socials at The Watering Bull ATX. Thanks for tuning in. I promise we'll get better at this. See you at the park soon.